Alright everybody, so most of you probably know me for my Fortnite videos, because that's mostly what I make, but I actually play Apex Legends. I did more before, like a few months ago now. It's kind of falling off, honestly, but I play Apex quite a bit as well. I've got a lot of time, like 500 hours in Apex. So, you see, I know both games pretty good, and now Apex, like, OG quote-unquote season has just happened, and I feel a lot more positive for it than I did with the way that Fortnite did their OG season. Now, I never played Apex at the launch date, so I had more nostalgia towards the Fortnite one. But just with the way that they went about it, I felt that Respawn Entertainment and EA did way better on Apex than Epic Games did on Fortnite, and I'm gonna say why. So there's one big thing about Apex that makes it not as good in my eyes. But we'll start with the positive things, which I thought Fortnite was lacking on, is completely reverting absolutely everything back to exactly the way it was. Because with Fortnite, they pretty much just imported the map back in and called it a day. I know there was more behind the scenes, but from a player's perspective, like, I mean, they threw in the loot pool, but the weapons weren't even really the same. They were just the weapons in their modern state, but, you know, the same types of guns that were there in Chapter 1. The lighting was not right. I think they tried, but it really wasn't good. And everything else just stayed the same. The movement, that was the biggest thing for me, man, because playing the game is not the same when the movement is all updated. So it wasn't even the same feel. Apex Legends completely reverted absolutely everything. You launched the game and you had the original, like, menu screen, and then you click to play it, and you come in, and the lobby is exactly the same as how it was. And then once you get into a game, the character select screen even was only the characters that were there originally, and all balanced exactly how they were, with even their old icons, which are like slightly worse than the new ones, but they just threw them in for old time's sake. And then all the weapons exactly how they were, even though, like, there were some weapons that were really OP, they just gave everybody that anyway. So that is why I think it's better, because they actually committed to making absolutely everything how it was. Now, Fortnite's got a new OG mode coming up, somewhere after Chapter 6, that's supposed to be like a permanent Chapter 1 mode, from what I've heard, and I'm really hoping that they go back a little bit. I doubt this, but if they were to bring back old movement, man, it would be great, but I feel like they're definitely not going to do that. But, you know, I can hope. I feel like most people wouldn't want that, though, so. But the biggest problem with Apex, their quote-unquote season OG, is that it lasted for less than a week. And it was like, they made it a game mode, but they didn't have the core modes there, too. So I think there were a lot of people that prefer how the game is balanced now. So that would be okay if they could go and play that mode now. After that less than a week period is over, it's still an LTM, but it's going to be disappearing on the 19th. So in 10 days, it's going to be gone. And I'm sure they can bring it back, but they really didn't capture that Fortnite, like, 1 month to go back to what you remember. Like, that was probably one of the biggest draws, was that limited amount of time, which I think was just really exciting. But Apex's limited amount of time was way too short, and they didn't even advertise. So it only got a trailer like days after it came out, and by then there were only a couple days left to play. So that was a huge issue. And so they didn't even give it its own season. This is just some side game mode that is happening as a part of a season where they actually had normal changes and stuff. So it's not the core of the content. which, I don't know, it just takes away from it slightly. But overall, I think that the way they went about it was better than the way Fortnite went about it, because they brought everything back more totally. I feel like I've repeated myself a couple times. Hopefully this video is not like boring. It's only 5 minutes long, so but thank you all so much for watching. Now I know that some of you guys haven't been happy with my last video where I absolutely dogged on the new Fortnite season, but that's because it really is not that good. Now, it's a fine season, okay? They just threw in ads. They stuffed it with ads for no reason. That's the main reason that I'm upset. But, you know, it's still fun. So, yeah. And now, most of the people in the comments on that video are with me, so, I don't know. Anyway, that's not what this is about. So thank you all so much for watching. Let me know if anyone plays Apex out there. I know there's one guy who does play Apex. There's got to be other people. Actually, that's not true. There's like 4 people total that have Apex installed. But let me know what you have been thinking about the season, because the Apex season hasn't been received super well either, but I thought it was pretty nice. So, thank you all so much for watching. I should come up with the catchphrase, and I'll see you all next time.